5 reasons why you settle in dating. I know sometimes it can be really frustrating, and we want to be able to find a partner that can not only uplift us, accompany us in life, but somebody that we can form a loving bond with as well. And I know in relationships and dating, sometimes we search for someone and it can be exhausting because we end up either settling or actually getting into relationships that we don't want. So, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you settle in dating and help you overcome this as well in this video step by step. So, make sure that you stay tuned to the very end because I have something very special for you. Hi guys, I am Apollonia Ponti. I am your dating, relationship, and life coach for men. And I actually help men master not only their attraction skills, get better with their relationships and dating with women, but overall in their lives. And if this is your first time visiting me, I welcome you to stay here, comment below, subscribe to this channel as well, share it with your friends, share it with your sons, anybody that can relate to these videos, because that is why I do this, is to help you men. Now, I want to really get into tip number 1 in regard to the reason why you settle in dating. So oftentimes I see men, our clients and men that are in our membership, lack clarity. So what does this mean? So the reason why you settle in dating is sometimes because you lack clarity. So without defining your wants in dating, you end up dating just based off of someone's interest in you. So if a woman gives you interest, you just end up dating her. So this is why I'm huge in my community and I teach men how to set standards for the women that they date. And here's why a lot of men, and I just want to tap into this a little bit because it's not honestly your fault all the time that you haven't been able to set standards for the women that you date and you lack clarity. And because as a woman stepping into the men's space, a lot of things that I've really been able to see, not only is there so many great men out there that are really searching for a great woman as well, and trying to get better aligned to attract that woman, but you have to think about this, guys. Is as a woman myself, when I was raised and when I was growing up, I always was hearing, make sure you choose a good man, make sure you choose a man that treats you right, make sure you choose a man that has a good job, make sure, right? So make sure you choose a man that's going to protect you, make sure you choose a man that wants a family, whatever the case may be. And so as women, we hear this often. But in society, we're not really teaching men to have standards for the women that they date. How many times when you were raised, and tell me in the comments below, did you hear someone always telling you, make sure you choose a good woman, make sure you choose a woman that has pride in herself, that has independence, that appreciates you, that you can trust, that you can connect with, that you can communicate openly with, that you can grow with? How many of you have really heard that? I've worked with over 5,000 men in coaching and more than this, but on one-on-one coaching, I've worked over 5,000 men. And it's interesting because I can honestly say 90% of these men have never heard this. And this is why I want to reshape society in the way men are dating, and I want you to start to get clarity. So in this channel, you will continue to get that if this is your first time viewing. Now let's get into number 2. Number 2 is you confuse chemistry and compatibility. Wow, this is huge. On one of my big speeches that I just had flying out, I believe it was in North Carolina, and this was one of the biggest topics that took the stage over when I was talking. And so often we confuse chemistry and compatibility because if you think about it, when we're watching Hollywood movies, when we're reading stories about love, it's all based off of chemistry. And now, especially in the male dominant world, we look at chemistry as a woman as beautiful. She has a perfect body. She's eloquent. She's feminine. She speaks well. Whatever we may be attracted, she has blonde hair, brown hair, blue eyes, whatever we're attracted to. We get invested off of chemistry of that butterfly feeling that she gives us, and the sex or the intimacy that we get right from this woman, or the fantasy illusion of how it could be with her. So we get into this chemistry, and chemistry sometimes is just off we go off of chemistry and think that this person is the one. And we don't look into all the other 7 principles that I talk about healthy relationships, and one of them being compatibility. So we get driven on chemistry and we get hyper focused on chemistry, and we think that this is the one because of the chemistry, which is just a dopamine and endorphin effect that gets you to feel extra elevated in your dating or seduction or attraction process with a woman, that you don't make a conscious effort to truly know who she is compatibility wise, meaning, does she put in a mutual effort with me? Does she plan some things for me every once in a while? Is she open communicative? Does she reach out to me from time to time? Does she actually open about what she wants in the future? Or am I really just bypassing some of these red flags that she's mentioned to me, saying that she's not sure if she's ready for a relationship, she's not over her ex, and so much more. So a lot of us go into and we settle in dating because we're going off of chemistry, and because we're going off of chemistry, we're ignoring everything else on the side of compatibility, that we end up just chasing until one day the woman's like, I can't be with you anymore. And then we're left with our cup empty, and it kind of feels like a rock bottom. And I know a lot of you can really relate to this, because this is what we help our men get out of and not try to get there again. Let's get into number 3. You have a fear of abandonment. So most of us actually do have a fear of abandonment, and this comes from childhood, it comes from trauma, it comes from parenting, it comes from relationships. Abandonment is based off of fear, okay? And abandonment can be that you believe that all women will leave you if you don't continue to give. So you might be a people pleaser, or you overgive in your relationships, and you don't give the opportunity for a woman to actually invest in you too. And so you tend to overinvest with women who show some type of interest in you. What I've seen often is that men who try to overinvest or people please are actually scared of 2 things: not feeling good enough underneath all of this, and fear of abandonment and showing vulnerability. So when they show vulnerability, it's at their expense constantly, meaning if I show you my vulnerability and show you my emotions, I need you to validate this in the process. So the beautiful thing about abandonment is abandonment can be worked on and worked through, where it doesn't have the front it's not the front winner of your relationships. And if you need help with abandonment and so much more, I would encourage you to choose to work with with me or one of my coaches in regards to this. All of my coaches have been trained by me and are certified in different topics. You can you can look at the website below and click the link below to check them out as well, and myself. The next reason why we continue to settle is you don't trust yourself. Oh, this is a big one. So I want you guys to remember, women don't just have intuition. Men have intuition as well. It's that little feeling that sometimes we try to ignore, we try to question. A lot of times we don't trust ourselves because a lot of times we've made mistakes in our dating lives, or we've gone into relationships that have taken a lot from us, and it can be scary to jump back into a relationship. And sometimes we just don't question, we second guess ourselves. So remember when I was talking about tip number 2, when chemistry and compatibility are one of the reasons why we settle? A lot of times what I've seen with our clients and men that we coach in our membership and so much more is when they go and they know that their relationships were just based off of chemistry, and there were so many maybe red flags, or 3 of their values weren't aligned, what happens is they go back and they start to question their own reality, if they made this decision right for themselves, or if they should call the woman, or if they should try again, because they don't trust themselves to know enough that their worthiness resides in how they feel and think about themselves. So you trusting yourself comes from your worthiness, guys. And so if you don't feel adequate enough in regards to having that sense of self-worth, and which keeps you grounded in dating and really encourages you to pick the right women, I want you to continue to stay here on this YouTube channel, subscribe to this YouTube channel, look at the ways that you can start working with us, because I want to teach you how to have standards not only for the women that you date, but have standards for yourself and find that self-worth. It's not something that happens overnight. Think about it. Let's say you're 30 years old, 37, 47, watching this YouTube channel, okay? You have 47 years of maybe abandonment you need to overcome, self-worth issues you need to overcome. Maybe you were in a marriage for 10 years and you're going back out there and dating again, and the marriage wasn't easy for you, right? So remember, guys, doesn't mean that it's going to take you 47 years to get out of this, but it's going to take you a little bit of time. Now, I'm not just saying this to negate and not encourage you to do it, because on the other side, it is beautiful. And I have worked with thousands of men, I should say hundreds of men now, that have actually are in very beautiful relationships, message me photos. I have wedding invites, wedding photos. I have a wedding to go to this year soon, what I'm really happy about. Next and last thing is you fear getting close to someone. You fear vulnerability. You fear intimacy. So you continue to look at something that's wrong with your partner. We might have an avoidant attachment style, and this will continue for us to settle. And here's where I go into a little bit more here. There are so many men compare themselves to other men. So there are men that we work with that are highly successful and get a lot of women, but end up settling. And a lot of men actually look up to them and they're like, oh my God, this guy gets a lot of girls. It must be so easy for him. But those men are also men that we work with a lot, especially myself. And what I've noticed with working with these men is they have so much unwiring to do because they've never had to really process attraction and work on attraction, where women easily come to them and then they have to, when they really like a woman, they have no idea what to do. Or what they do is they are searching for women on a superficial note, not trusting the fact that they will always find someone that they're attracted with. So they fear intimacy and getting close with a woman. As soon as they find out that they're attracted to her and she's open and getting close, they push away because they have an avoidant attachment style as well. So you continue to date the wrong person and you get into unhealthy relationships because these type of men will always constantly either chase the woman that's unavailable, and those aren't always the healthiest women as well. So if you want to get better and if you want to stop settling in your dating life, I would encourage you not only to subscribe to the channel, but sign up for our membership. Do coaching with us. You get 20% off of one-on-one coaching if you are a member, and also you get weekly calls with me and my coaches. You get 5 exclusive programs for free and so much more access. I'll link that below and I'll put it up here on the cards. And as always, if you want to continue watching some more of my videos, I have this one right over here for you. I have a special free ebook called The 7 Common Mistakes That Men Make When Attracting Women. I'll put it right here below so you can download that as well. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.